Hi guys, welcome to Code School. Today we are going to talk about pointers. So pointers in Go is used to store the address of a memory location. So we can, instead of passing the actual variable around, we can actually pass the pointer around, so that we can keep updating a single memory address instead of having the work of copying and pasting value to the same variable while going through different functions. So just let's write a sample program to see how what's the pointer. So this is what I point. This is how we initialize a pointer. So the variable for the pointer is p, and it is of type integer. So it's supposed to store the address of an integer variable. Let's just try to print the value of p right now. So as you can see, the current value of the pointer variable p is nil. So let's assign some value. So let's define a variable of type int, and let's assign the value to a, and let's print it again. So now we got a pointer of the address of a in p. So now that we have a address assigned to p already, we can change the value of a using by updating the point via point. Let's update the value of 25, the address. So if you see, the value of a got updated, but the address is still the same. So we updated the value of a using by updating the pointer value. So this is the way to do it, and we use ampersand, means address of a variable. So we can use ampersand to get the pointer of the any variable, and we can assign to any pointer variable. So that's how a pointer works. Pointer is very useful. As I mentioned earlier, we can pass the pointer around in a function, and we can just keep reference a single memory in storage without we having to do the work of copying and pasting when we call different functions. So that's one of the main advantage of using pointers. So let's try to write a function that will update its value to the square of the same value. Let's just print the value here itself. So we just calling this function and squaring it and printing the value and the address. So as you can see, the value got printed here 25, and the address is this one. So you can see it's different, right? But it's not the same variable we are updating in the main and in the function. So let's tweak it a little bit. So we are passing a pointer. So when we pass a pointer, we have to pass the address using ampersand. then if we want to update the value of the pointer, we have to use star, and here also we have to use star to get the value. So let's try to run the program. Okay, here we have to print the value of a. We don't have to pass this pointer. Okay, let's run the same again. So as you can see, we are using the same memory location, but the value only just got updated. So we don't have to actually create a new variable and copy the value back to some other variable and a lot of unnecessary operations. So this is one of the advantages while we using pointers in Go. So that's it about pointers in Go. Let's talk about structs in Go. So let's define a struct user with a field in name and age. So we use the keyword type to define any types, and then we pass the name user, and the type is of type struct. It's a struct one, and I am passing a name of string type and age of int type. Now we have defined the structure. Let's use it. I am passing value u1 to the struct name, and let's pass some values, initial values. The name we can put Alex, and age we can put, say, let's put 18. So we have the u1 user there. Let's try to print it. So this is a way to, so let's run the program. We just printed the, okay, hey, this, okay, so it's a pointer. Let's just simply put a variable. So you can see we got the value printed out here, and this is one way to initialize a struct object. Now we can actually specify the fields. So this is the right way also. Both way works, but this is cleaner, much cleaner. Let's print it out. So it's exactly the same. We can also pass the pointer to, we can have pointers to structs. So we can pass that. So in this case, this is a pointer. So we'll just print the value also. To print the value of a pointer, we have to pass %p. Let's run that. So initially the pointer got printed, then the actual value got printed. So that's how we define and use structs in Go. Now let's talk about arrays in Go. So we can define a array using the keyword var, then put the name of array, then the array type. So this is actually now only a slice. So we can make it an array by specifying the size of the array. So we can actually, using the keyword make, we can just pass the type array of int. We can pass the size. Let's put size 5. In that case, we don't have to pass the shorthand operator colon. So now we have defined a array. Let's see what's inside the array. So we can see it's got default the size of 5, and our value is default to 0. So what in case if I didn't initialize it the size list? In this case, the default elements are not added. So in this case, this is actually only a slice. It's not an array. So that's the difference between a slice and an array in Go. Also, if we want to, we cannot update the value. Let's try to update the value of the slice and print it. Let's try to run the program. So it's not possible inside a slice. We cannot use the index and update a value inside a slice. We have to make use array for that. So that works. So how to, so in case it's not a slice, it's not an array, then it is a slice, and we can only add values to slice using the command append. So let's make a append. So we will append to the end of slice A. Let's pass 1 and run the same program. Now it works the same, but you can, as you can see, there's no default values for the other indexes because it's not an array, it's a slice. So that's the difference. Let's print the length of this array. There is one more thing, capacity for a selection array also. So let's print that also. Let's put some string there. Len. Capacity. Yeah, let's print that also. As you can see, in this case, the length is 1 and capacity is also 1. This is actually a slice. Let's make it an array and see if that works. In this case, it was actually initially a slice. Then we assigned the made it an array, and after that we added 1 to that, appended 1. Then the length of the array became 6 and the capacity became 10. So we are actually moving around the slice and array over here. So let's just delete this thing and just initialize and see if there's any difference. So try to do this. Yeah, so we can transition around array and slices in Go. As you can see, so there is a difference between array and slices in Go. We can have multi-dimensional arrays or slices in Go. So if we want to have a 2D array, so let's have something like that. So this is a 2D slice. So since B and the next dimension is also in array, we will pass array to it. We didn't print that after that. Let's comment out all the code. Okay, let's run that. As you can see, we have a slice, a 2D slice, and the first element is 1, 2. And we can have one more. Have 1, 2 for the first element and 3 for the second element. So that's how slices. So let's just keep adding some more values to slice. So we have a, let's just print that. So, okay, that's what happened. So it's actually a slice of 10 length and capacity 10. By the name slice, it means that we can slice the array. So if we just, how to do that? So we can print we can slice using starting index and ending index. So let's start from 0 till 6, till the sixth element it will print. Let's run that. So you can see it printed till index 6. This is the index 6 and this is index 5, so it printed till 5. And we can also do, so if we don't specify the ending element, we can print till the end of the actual array. Also we can, if we are specifying 6 here, and if we just do 2, we can see, as you can see, we can say we print it till here to starting from second object, second element, that is from the 0, 0, 0, 1. Yeah. So this is all about slices and arrays in Go. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching the video.